So let's talk about packages in Java. I think this is a very important concept that I kind of wanted to show you first because it's going to influence a lot of how we develop our application and just the way that things are going to work inside of Java. So if you look here, you can see back in here in Eclipse that under my source folder, I've got a default package. And what this means is that I don't have a package that my class is in. And a package in Java is very much like if you're familiar with C Sharp, a namespace. It is basically a way to divide your classes up. So I could actually create a new package under my source folder. And I could call this, let's say, greetings. And then I could actually move my class into here. And then you can see what's happened here is Eclipse is smart enough to automatically add this package to my file. So my Hello World Java is in this package called greetings. And all that this does is make it so that we can segregate our application up, and also so we don't have a conflict. If some other class was named Hello World, you could have two Hello World classes that lived in different packages. Packages just give you a way to divide that up. It also is very important to understand because this is how the file system is set up in Java. So if we look on disk where this is stored, we can see I'm in the workspace in the Hello World project. If we look at our source directory, you'll see that for every package, there's a folder. So under this source greetings is our file. So this is important to understand because when you're looking for a file on the file system, it's going to be organized by these packages. You can almost think of a package as a folder under your source directory. So you could have different packages, and a common convention is to do something with dots. So you could say greetings.hello, and then you're kind of making a more specific package. And you'll notice here when I did this that Eclipse got angry and said, hey, wait a minute, there's a problem here. The greetings.hello does not match the expected package greetings. That's because of the location of this file on the file system. It's expecting those to match up. And I can do a quick fix here and move it. So now it's moved on the file system. And so it should be okay because it's under the greetings.hello. So that's the basic way that packages work, and they're really nothing more than a way to segregate your classes and to prevent them from having the same name, from not being able to tell which is which. So let's look at some of the Java class libraries, and we're not going to go very in depth here, but I just wanted to give you kind of a big breadth of how large Java is and just some of the things that you can do in Java so you can understand if you wanted to do something in Java that one, it exists, and two, you can find it somewhere in the basic Java framework instead of trying to write your own or to look for some project or some software to buy. And the way that you access these libraries is basically by importing the packages that come with Java or the Java platform. So you have some things like I/O. You can write to disk, you can write to files, you can read streams, read data, write that data out. Networking, you can do a lot of different network reading and writing. You can do things like interpret a web page or process a web page, make any kind of network request or call. It supports several different protocols, networking common protocols. You have a little bit of math here to do common math operations, collections, and this allows you, and we'll cover this a little bit more in the second part of the course, which allows you to basically do things like create lists, create maps, dictionaries. You have regular expression support, and this is going to be similar to the Perl syntax using regular expression, so it's kind of built into the language. You have the ability to log, graphics and UI. There's several different graphics toolkits that are available that you can use in UI toolkits, and they're somewhat similar, but they're different concepts, and you have a couple to choose from when you're doing Java programming if you're making an application that runs on the desktop. Text formatting, you can do all the standard formatting that you'd want to do on date, time, and just regular text processing. XML, there's support within Java using JAXB to serialize and deserialize XML into objects. Remote method invocation, in order to remotely call a method maybe on a different server, on another instance of an application, running your code so you can communicate between two different applications. Security, a lot of this is implemented in the JVM, but you can use security features, cryptography, things like that. Databases, there's a large support in Java for accessing databases and using an object relational model to get the data. You can either do raw SQL or you can serialize the database tables into objects. And then of course reflection to allow you to basically inspect the Java code itself and to dynamically load up classes. As all these